Glad I didn't give up that extra cymbal stand. Ouch. Oh, mama, look at that big honker. You're staying. Keep it up, you schmuck. Your mother was a 1960s bongo and it smelled like B.O. Good enough for government work. That's why you don't get rid of gear. Right there. Shut up. Get in there, you. Get in there. Quit fighting. Oh my God, almost like I planned it. I like the height on it. That should be all right. I hate that freaking Ludwig throw-offs. Crap sandwich. Well, no, that turned out pretty good. Testing 1, 2, 3, and all that cool Hollywood stuff. Shut up, snares. Hey everybody, how's it going? Todd, the Cheap Drums Guy. So, shout out to Jerry, founder of Jerry Rig, who came up with this little idea for me. Well, not really. I came up with it. It's just bits and bobs, holding everything together. But I needed a new stand for my mic. And that worked out pretty good. Worked out right fair. But anyways, here we are. Waiting for the UPS guy to show up and drop off the new heads. So I might as well take all the heads off these now. And keep you posted on some news. I didn't like my last doctor at the Veterans Affairs. Veterans Affairs has always been really super good to me. My last doctor I had for 2 years was absolutely terrible. She's like a Dr. Frankenstein. She was absolutely terrible. And it really made me lose my faith in the VA system with her. Luckily, she took a job elsewhere, thankfully, and I got to meet my new doctor yesterday. Good guy, graduated the same year I did. Looked a lot older than me though. Well, he's a doctor though, so he's making big bank. But met him, a wonderful, wonderful guy, absolutely fabulous. And we went over a lot of stuff on my labs, all my lab work that was done. Yeah. Well, suffice to say, make a long story short, old Cheap Drums Guy, old Sarge, I have to completely rewrite my life from here on out. One, just stepping up on the scale, I was really surprised. 230 pounds. Now what is that? Where's my phone? 230 pounds. Why am I all even translating into different? But 230 pounds for me is quite heavy. Because when I retired, I was 190 pounds. So that's a 40-pound difference. That's nothing to scoff at. And so therein lies a problem. And then pre-diabetes, type 2 diabetes, which is the kind that you can reverse. I'm heading that way with the diet I've had. So things have been changing a little bit. Up into this prior, I like about 3 years ago, or 3 weeks ago. You guys see me in my videos. I come out with a coffee, and it's usually a high-strength latte. Well, no more of those. Those are all done. I haven't had a latte in 3 weeks now, and you know, if you look at it, each one of those damn things are about 800 calories. Yeah, something I don't need. The sugar is an issue because back when I was a soldier, and you're out in the field, you're consuming 5,000–6,000 calories a day because you're going to burn through it. You know, once you turn old and gray, your metabolism slows down and your body struggles to use it all up. And granted, I've got an easier job now at work, you know, with the vehicle that I use, so I'm not burning off as much as calories as I used to. So that's a good change. I have to. Oh God, there's so much information put out. So more or less, I have to diet. I got to cut back on the sugar, cut back on the carbs. Just pretty much rewrite my life if I'm going to survive. Of course I'll survive. I'm a cheap drums guy. But it's time to start taking care of myself. This May, what's the date today? The date today is April 9th. Holy crap, it's April 9th already. In a little less than a month, I am going to turn 57 years old. So I have got to start changing my ways, changing my evil ways. So instead of my 900 calorie latte every morning, I just get a cup of regular brewed coffee, just black coffee, which black coffee was my first love of all coffees anyways. It just takes me way back with the military and but yeah, type 2 diabetes, yeah, I've got to change. So I can reverse all this, change it back around. Doctor, I'm going back in July. And what was I going back in July for? To do labs again, and I guarantee there's going to be a definite change. And then, oh God, this is absolutely terrible. So when you're talking to the nurse, I love the nurses there. They're absolutely fabulous. I was talking to the nurse there, and she asked me, do you want your shingles booster shot? For those of you who don't know what shingles are, you might want to look it up. They're absolutely painful, though. My wife had shingles prior, and they asked me if I wanted my booster shot. And I'm like, hell no. So anyways, the doctor kept honking at me about getting my booster, which is a 2-part shot. I get the first one yesterday, and then I get the second one in July. And the doctor's going to see me again. And he says, you're going to feel like crap after you get this bloody thing. And oh my God, I woke up this morning and I thought I was going to die. Oh my God, I felt so terrible. I felt like I had the flu, feverish, and my arm would just not move. And oh my God. So they warned me. So I have to go back and get my second shingles shot, which is in July. So hopefully that won't tear me up as much. And you know what I think I'm going to do, since I'm waiting for UPS guy to show up? I think I'm going to take the felt out of the inside of this 16-inch drum. It works pretty good. It muffles it quite a bit. However, I do have a large assortment of these Evans pads, and these things work really good. And I think it'll be fine as long as I just play with the heads and loosen them up a little bit, so I won't have to worry about deadening it with felt. So let me go ahead and get those off too. The UPS guy should be here within an hour. Again, it said it was out for delivery, so we'll see. Oh God, my arm hurts. All right, well, I got all the hoops off and all the heads off, and I'm going to move. The rims mount was actually right here, and it was covering the new logo or the new drum badge I put on it. And I didn't want that. I don't want it covered up. You know, I spent a couple dollars on it. It looks, I spent a couple minutes on it, make it look okay. It looks pretty tight with the green and black. So I want to see it. So I'll have to adjust the stand a little bit. And in a way, this will probably be work out a little bit better because I'll be able to adjust it a little bit more. So now the new head, maybe I'll change I'm going to change the resonant out too with that ambassador. But the heads that are coming are Aquarian Performance II heads. I've never used that type of head before. However, I absolutely love Aquarian heads, and they're fast became my go-to company, or brand, I should say. I prefer them over Evans and Remo and Attack, although I do love Attack's red dot snare head. So Aquarian is probably what I'm going to use from here on out. I haven't changed heads in a while. I haven't got anything from any of Guitar Centers or Sweetwater in a long time, so this will be kind of exciting to get another box in. It's just like Christmas. You get old like me, Christmas is getting less and less of a thing, because anybody who used to buy you presents is long since dead. Luckily my wife's not. But anyways, I digress. But it's still kind of fun to get some things. Now, Aquarian heads seem, out of all the drum heads, Aquarian seems the most durable. The one snare head right here, what the hell is it called anyways? The Aquarian High Energy. Oh my God, you could probably hit that thing with a machine gun and it's not going to hurt it. I mean, it is absolutely stout, very, very strong head. The Super 2s on either of my Premier sets, very, very good heads. Now the Performance 2s, they look to be a little less, what's the word I'm looking for? They don't have all the rings on it to suppress the sound a little bit, to keep it down. But they were developed for toms for a low-end sound. And I guess you're able to take, because the way they're sealed, I guess you're able to take them right down to the lowest tunings possible and be effective with them. And that's what I'm hoping, because this out of, well, it's the biggest drums. A 13-inch high tom, 14 and 16. I'd love to have a 14, 16, 18, but when you get the 16 over here, it's kind of hard to hit that thing. So it's also, the one up, two down kind of tends us out to be a little harder to arrange. However, I did think of one thing to do. Oh, but anyways, but those heads are supposed to be real good for the low end of So I was messing around with the tablet stand here, and it's got these other mounts on the light mounts to hold iPhones and whatnot. So I took one of those off and mounted the boom mic on there, and it's pretty cool. Works really good too. Yeah, I got nothing better to do. All right, just a little what they look like on the outside. They're a pretty tough 2-ply head. I initially thought they were single plies, but the Studio X's I was going to get prior to this are the single plies, but these are a double ply, pretty stout heads. The sealing around the aluminum ring is something else, and I guess it's supposed to lend itself to very low tuning because of it. We shall see. But right now these heads are set for the recommended tautness from the drum dial, not the dumb dial, that's me, I'm the dummy. But
So they're set where the drum dial says they're supposed to be set. So let's give them a run and see what they sound like.
So Aquarian Performance II on the 13. We're going to get a little feedback from the snares, but 14. 16. The snares really like that. So I pretty much got them where I want them. I got the mic turned off for this. All I did essentially was tune each lug down about a quarter turn, and it takes them almost down to a dead head. The setting on the drum dial for a 2-ply batter was between 78 and 82, so I had it set at 80, kind of a happy medium. But by turning it down a quarter turn, I'm bringing it down probably 78, 76 from the drum dial. So to remove any other excess noise, I have an Evans moon gel on each one. But this is what I've come up with so far. 13, 14, 16. As far as heads go, these are all right. I like these. It's a nice 2-ply head. I can see that I can drop these down quite a bit on the tuning range. I have to mess with the resonance on the bottom a little bit, but I'm pretty sure I can get some really deep sounds out of this. Plus throw a moon gel on there, you're good to hook. Worst comes to worst, I can deaden the heads out on the floor toms to get a really thumpy sound. I mean, I'm just down here in the basement all by myself. Sometimes the neighbor hears me. She's all right though. She goes, you can keep a beat, so that's okay. So fantastical. Speaking of keeping a beat, give a quick shout out to our channel's buddy out there in Hawaii, Sheila K. My buddy, my wife calls her my Hawaiian wife. But Sheila got herself as a gig playing drums for the first time. So hopefully they won't make her play a whole bunch of crappy music she doesn't like. Hopefully they play something pretty upbeat and kind of fun. It keeps your interest, I guess. But I explained, or I made mention that she needs to have the whole episode videotaped so we can all watch her. Bad or good, it's good to have an audience. If she does great, great. She gets slaps on the back. If she does bad, she gets slaps on the fanny. Well, wait a minute, she might like that. So if she does bad, we'll give her some constructive criticism. Then again, I really can't talk, so, but I'm hoping that she does a good job. I know she will. I'm sure she's probably been training up every day for it, learning their music and whatnot. But as far as heads go, these Aquarian Performance II, I'm digging them. They seem to like loud and heavy music, which is great because I've been playing a lot of AC/DC lately because I really like Phil Rudd, and moving some things around I'm able to actually get that power swing down on his, and it's actually quite liberating once you get that swing down or his hitting when he's raising it up like that. It actually feels quite liberating. I don't seem to get as tired as quickly for some reason because I'm balancing out my body, because your one hand is working the hi-hat quite a bit and your left hand is pretty much just doing the backbeat. But when it's an accentuated backbeat like that, it kind of balances everything out a little bit and I don't get tired as quickly. So anywho, I'm happy with that. So I'm going to put an end to this video. I got a couple things coming down the pike I've been thinking of. Not really sure what I'm going to do yet, but whatever I do, it's inevitable. I'll be doing something. But anyways, let me get up on out of here. I got some housework to do, and then we'll come down and play some drums for the day. But I'm Todd, the cheap drums guy, and you're not, and you probably thank the maker every day for it.